Good evening. My name is Victor Stagnaro. I am the Managing Director for the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, and it is my distinct pleasure and delight to welcome you this evening to our chapel service. On behalf of Chief Ron Sarnicki, our Executive Director, our Chairman of our Board, Chief Denny Compton, and our entire Board of Directors, welcome to the chapel and to the event. I want to thank a few people, and I know so when I get into this, there's probably going to be some people I miss, so I apologize ahead of time, but there are a few people that do need to be thanked for the tremendous effort in making this evening come together. First, I want to thank Bev Donlin. She is the Director of Fire Hero Family Programs for the Foundation, and her staff for all the work that they've done. Of course, the Frederick Adventist Academy Bell Choir that's above us here, and their tremendous work to make this special event. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Bobby Jacobs, who's in the audience. Bobby, Bobby is a member of our board as well. I also want to welcome somebody real special to the foundation up to make a few opening comments. Chief Keith Bryant is the United States Fire Administrator. He is a former chief of the Oklahoma City Fire Department. He became an appointee of the President as the Fire Administrator on August 4th, 2017. He joined the Oklahoma City Fire Department in 1992 after serving as a U.S. Army firefighter crash rescue specialist for 4 years. He's also served a short time in the Edmond Fire Department prior to his career in the Oklahoma City Fire Department. He's got numerous awards and, and recognitions for his service within his community. But one thing you should know about Keith as well is prior to his appointment as the fire administrator, and of course the fire administrator serves as an ex officio member of our board of directors, but he was with the foundation prior to that as he served on the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation's advisory board. He's no stranger to the foundation. He's a great friend of the foundation. His work here at the Academy is extraordinarily important, and of course we're thankful to him and his staff for all the work that they've done to make tonight available and an opportunity for us to be together. So, Chief, please welcome Chief Bryant.
Well, thank you very much and good evening. It's good to see everybody here. What I've been told is this is one of the biggest crowds we've had for this celebration tonight. So, again, thank you for taking your time, and I know some of you have came from some distance. So we certainly appreciate that, and I would also extend our welcome to the National Emergency Training Center and the campus of the National Fire Academy. On behalf of myself, Chief Tanya Hoover is here with us tonight, our superintendent of our Fire Academy. And so again, thank you for being here. It's going to be a wonderful celebration that they have in store for you. I would like to thank the NFFF and the organizers of this event for the hard work and effort that they've put into it to make it a special night for everyone. We certainly have members of the fire service here with us from various departments. Some of our students at the Fire Academy that have graduated their classes today are also here with us. So again, to the fire service personnel, we thank you for what you do and pray for your safety and your continued work. Family members of fire service personnel, thank you all for your sacrifice and certainly you being a big part of this. But most importantly, I want to thank the surviving family members of those firefighters that have given their lives in the line of duty. This celebration is for you. It's part of the work of the foundation and our continued support for you in honoring and celebrating the lives of those fallen. So again, the great talent that we have here tonight that are going to perform for us, we certainly appreciated that and hope you enjoy that. So once again, thank you all for being here. God bless and have the merriest of Christmas. Appreciate it.
Good evening and welcome. I know everybody else said welcome, but I want to welcome here too. I know we have families from New York, from Pennsylvania, from Maryland, so others from out there that came on this chilly night. We appreciate you being here for these families and for these firefighters. We want to remember them always. Before I get started with our program, we have a special guest that's going to be joining us, so if you all turn around. Santa Claus, come on in. Santa's going to have special treats for y'all later, so be sure to stop by and see Santa Claus. So when you look at these trees, I just want you to notice that all of these ornaments on these trees were sent to us by family members who've lost a firefighter in the line of duty. So each and every one of these ornaments represent the lives of brave men and women that we honor and remember here tonight. If you are a family member, I'd like to have you stand up just so we can recognize you tonight. Please stand. These are our family members that were here to remember their firefighters throughout the year. Thank you. I know holidays can be a hard time and confusing time for these family members who have lost loved ones. You know, how are you supposed to feel about be cheerful, merry, and bright? How are you supposed to feel like rocking around the Christmas tree? You know, how are you supposed to try to carry on these family traditions when someone you love is missing? Well, we're here to tell you, don't judge yourself too harshly for whatever you are feeling. You're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to be sad, and it's okay to take care of your own needs during the holiday season. Do what's comfortable for you, and please be gentle and kind with yourselves. Our wish for you is that you choose to remember the special moments from past years, that you look forward with hope to what life still has to offer you, and most importantly, choose to hold on to the blessings and embrace what is still precious right here and right now. Victor's going to introduce our next speaker, who is also a survivor.
Thank you, Bev. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce Joseph Kroboth III. Joseph's dad was killed in the line of duty in May of 1998. After being struck along the highway while directing traffic at the scene of a motor vehicle accident. At the time of his dad's death, Joe III was the chief of the volunteer fire company of Halfway, Maryland. The incident was a catalyst for the responder safety program through the Cumberland Valley Volunteer Fire Association that is focused on reducing first responder deaths on the highway and a great partner to the Everyone Goes Home program of the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Joe is still active in the fire service, and he's attended as a family escort nearly every year since his dad was honored in 1999. Joe's dad was a veteran of the Army National Guard's 1st Battalion, 115th Infantry Division. Joe has graciously agreed to participate in the Arlington wreath-laying ceremony for the 2018 Memorial Weekend coming up next year. So with that, please welcome Joseph Kroboth III.
Good afternoon. First, I'd like to thank the Board of Directors. Thinking about my bosses, the Board of Directors and the staff for the opportunity to be here with you this evening. As was stated, my name is Joseph Kroboth III, and I'm here to speak to you today about my father, who was a firefighter honored in 1999. As a child, the earliest Christmas that I think I can remember was maybe when I was 6 or 7 years old. I remember that Christmas specifically because I believe it was that holiday that solidified my interest in the fire service. It was one of those Christmases where the gifts were all fire department oriented. plastic fire engine toys, a firefighter helmet, a firefighter flashlight, a metal pedal car that had lights and ladders, and certainly fire department pajamas. Christmas in our home was so traditional, and it was my father to thank for that. He was so family-oriented. He insisted on family gatherings over a meal, playing games, and just kind of hanging around and catching up with each other. My father was an amazingly talented carpenter. Most of the furniture in my childhood home he had created. Every year you could count on him making a gift for you at Christmas and presenting it to each of the family members. Now that he's no longer with us, these gifts are so much more meaningful. We had no idea of what his strategy might have been at that time, but they serve as another way to keep his memories alive in our lives. Most recently, I recall a wooden train set that my father made and gave to my first son on his first Christmas. Unbelievable detail in this train set. Well, when you give an infant a gift like that, what do you do with it? He opens it, you box it up, you stick it in a closet, and every once in a while, or every couple years, you get it out when you think about it, and then you put it away until you think about it the next time. Since then, my son married in 2016, and he became a homeowner in 2017. And shortly after moving into his new home in October, he came to me and asked, "Do you remember the train set that Pappy made for me when I was little? I was wondering if I could get that out of my closet in my old room, and you and I could get together and we could make a shelf and put it on display in the new house." I couldn't have been happier, because what I learned from that conversation was validation that my father's memories are transcending to the next generation. That my son, who was just a small child when his grandfather died, is still holding on to those memories. And I hope that someday he might gift that train set to one of his children and tell them how wonderful their great-grandfather, someone they never had the opportunity to meet, was. So in just a few months, it'll be 20 years since my father's passing. I can honestly say there has not been a single day since May 3rd, 1998, that I haven't thought about him and the blessings that he's bestowed upon me and my family. His life, his fire service career, has and continues to bring me so many blessings. I've had the opportunity to travel the country and share the importance of safe operations on the fire ground. I've had the ability to launch a nationwide effort to improve safety for our emergency responders on the highway. And most importantly, it has allowed me to work with so many fascinating people that I consider my closest friend. So on behalf of the Crobeth family, I wish everyone a safe and enjoyable holiday season. And if it's okay, I'd like to place an ornament on the tree in memory of my father. Thank you again for this opportunity.
All right, Joe's going to help us light the tree. Are we ready? We're going to do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,